Hey there, welcome. If you're running a growing business, you know the feeling, right? You're juggling sales, inventory, accounting, all of it. Well, today we're going to talk about a solution called Tecfy ERP, and it's designed to fix a really common, and let's be honest, a really frustrating headache for businesses just like yours. So let me just ask you this straight up. Are you stuck in what I call the ERP dilemma? You know the one I'm talking about. Your business is way too big for spreadsheets now, but when you look at those big-name software systems, they just feel completely out of reach. It is a really tough spot to be in. You see, for most small and medium-sized businesses, this dilemma basically forces you down one of two paths, and neither of them is great. It really feels like an impossible choice, where no matter what you pick, it's not quite right for what you need or what you can afford. Okay, so on one side, you've got the free, open source software. And yeah, free looks amazing on paper. But it almost always ends up costing you a ton in lost time, constant stress, and even security risks. Then on the other side, you've got the giant enterprise systems. I mean, sure, they're powerful, no doubt, but their price tags are designed for massive corporations, not for a growing business trying to make its mark. Let's just dig into that free option for a second. The reality, you are completely on your own. There is no support team to call when something breaks. You have to figure out the hosting, the maintenance, and all the critical security patches yourself. And get this, if you're a Canadian business, you'll find huge gaps when it comes to local tax regulations. Suddenly free starts to look pretty darn expensive, doesn't it? All right, so what about the big players, like SAP or NetSuite? Well, prepare yourself because the costs are just staggering. You're not just paying for each person on your team, which adds up crazy fast, but you often get hit with these massive implementation fees. We're talking $50,000 or more before you even get started. Then you're locked into long, expensive contracts for a system that can take months to set up and, frankly, is probably way more complicated than you even need. It really feels like a no-win situation. But what if there was a third option, a smarter way forward that could give you the best of both worlds without all those crippling downsides? There is. And it's a solution that's built on a really simple idea. You should be able to get professional enterprise-level power without that enterprise-level price tag. And that is where Tecfy ERP comes in. And by the way, it's pronounced Tecfy, like simplify. The whole concept is to give you the power and the reliability of a big enterprise system, but with pricing and support that actually makes sense for a business that's on the rise. It is the complete solution, fully supported, that finally solves that ERP dilemma. So the big question is, how does Tecfy actually do this? Let's break down the key differences and see how they deliver so much value. Let's just start with a number that makes everyone do a double take. 99 Canadian dollars a month. But here's the most important part. That's for unlimited users. That's the game changer right there. No per-seat fees that punish you for hiring new people, no surprise charges popping up on your bill, just one flat, predictable price. It's that simple. And this chart just puts it all into perspective. I mean, just look at these numbers. While other systems are heading you with 5 or even 6-figure setup fees on top of charging you for every single user, Tecfy is just one simple monthly rate with everyone on your team included. The savings are just astronomical. In fact, you can save up to 80%. Just stop and think for a minute what your business could do with that kind of money. Tens, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars, if you could reinvest it into actually growing the company instead of just paying for software licenses. But it's about so much more than just the price. This is really about peace of mind. You get professional support from actual experts, not some random person on a community forum. All the security, the hosting, the backups, it's all handled for you. Your price doesn't change whether you have 5 people or 500, and you can get up and running in days, not waiting around for months. So Tecfy ERP is really built from the ground up to be a complete, all-in-one system for you. You get everything you actually need to run your business without paying for a bunch of bloated features that were designed for some global mega corporation. And when I say everything, I really mean everything. This is not one of those base packages where you have to keep buying expensive add-on modules. Sales, CRM, inventory, manufacturing, accounting, HR, it is all in there from day one. And notice, it's even built with Canadian tax compliance and bank feed integration right out of the box. So, to wrap it all up, the Tecfy promise is really simple, but it's incredibly powerful. First, unlimited users on every single plan.
Second, a totally no-risk 14-day free trial where you get full access to see it all for yourself. And third, dedicated professional support from the team at Tecfydata.
Which, brings us to the final, most important question. After seeing the hidden costs of free and the insane expense of the enterprise systems, are you ready to stop overpaying for your ERP? If that answer is yes, then your next step is super easy. You can try out everything we've just talked about for yourself. Just head on over to TecfyERP.com and you can start your free 14-day trial today. Thanks so much for watching.